Hey everyone, I'm just going to give this a few minutes for y'all to join me. Welcome to, it's weird to sit. I've never done a Wellness Wednesday sitting down, and I'm like literally sitting down. It's obviously crooked, I should fix this. Sitting down in the dining room of my mother's house. Currently, hey Webster, thanks for joining. So thank you for joining for Wellness Wednesdays. I do this live every week at, hey Marty, welcome. I do it live. Hey Stephen, thanks for joining. I do it live every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. I'm currently in the Eastern time zone. We're currently doing a little road trip across the country. Y'all are now in Atlanta, and I have literally, hey Rosemary, so good to see you. I have never done a Facebook Live from my mother's dining room. It's super exciting. Actually, I'll show you guys something really funny. We are going to be talking about success today and actually going over 2 keys, but I want to share something really funny with you guys because this is the current setup. I know. These are random profiles of my brother and I from when we were little. That one's obviously me with the long hair. He didn't have that, but isn't that cute? My mom was obsessed with that. She got that done like every single year. So again, welcome to Wellness Wednesdays. Thank you so much for joining. I'm super excited to be talking today about really overcoming failure and stepping into success. So last week I went over how to change your attitude. Hey Tristan, thanks for joining. So we really dove into starting to embrace the learning experience. So reframing failure as an opportunity to learn. And it's really powerful when we do that. And so this week, I really wanted to give you guys another set of tools that you can start to use. So last week was about shifting your attitude, embracing it as a learning process, because I really want you guys to understand that failure and success are literally 2 sides. They're just opposite sides of the same coin. Marty, you guys have those too? Oh, that's so funny. She did it every year. Like, I guess they came around a year. Oh, by the way, those people who cut those out are so super freaking talented. I don't even know if they I don't think anyone has ever made a mistake when I was doing that. That being said, mistakes happen. We talked about that last week, and it's really about embracing the learning. So again, I really want to go over, hey Tarsha, so nice of you to join me. Sorry, there's something in my eye. So I really want to go over 2 key steps to help you so that you've got another tool in your tool bag that you can use so that when times get tough, when you hit a bumpy patch, you're able to really get back on track, because getting back on track is so important. So the reality is failure, if we really define failure to me is quitting. If you quit, you failed. But if you keep going, if you're willing to keep pushing, if you're willing to stick with it, then you're really setting yourself up for success. And so what I want to talk about today are 2 key steps you can really use. So the reality of when we step into something new is the going can get tough. It can be really hard and really challenging. This is so funny that there's a shadow over here. It makes me kind of want to play shadow puppets. So we really want to be able to keep going. One of the big keys to keeping going is to connect to your why. So what I mean by that is, why are you going after what you're going after? What you're going after could be a new business venture. It could be a new relationship. It could be health goals, like I want to lose weight, or I want more energy. I want to not rely on coffee. Nice to meet you too, Stephen. I'm so glad you're able to join. And so it really doesn't matter what the goal is. The point is, what's your why? Because you really need to dig into your why. Because when you hit a rough patch, your why is your gold. Your why is what you return to. And so I'm actually going to encourage you guys to write that out. Write out what it is that you're committed to, what it is that you want to create, why. Why is that so important? So if we think about it, when I hear folks talk about they want more energy, they often want more energy because they want to be able to run around with their grandkids, or keep up with the office, or be able to wake up and feel good and not use coffee throughout the day. And so what's their why? Their why becomes those very components that I just talked about. It's all of these pieces that really play into each other and that keeps you going. So why do we want to know the why? We want to know the why because we want to ground ourselves in that. Because when you hit a rough patch, when you hit turbulence, when you hit a speed bump, because guess what? You inevitably will. Anytime you're doing something that matters to you, you're most likely going to hit a rough patch. Like very, very few times is it smooth sailing. And if it is smooth sailing, you are so blessed and lucky. Relish that because that's amazing. But for the rest of us, when we know our why, we can reconnect to it. And so that's really, really important. Hey, Alex. So good to see you. I was actually just over in Charleston. Hey, Paula. Thanks for joining. So it's really about knowing the why. When you know your why, and when you've got it, like I would actually encourage you to like actually write that out so that you not only do you know your why, but you can return to your why, because when you hit a speed bump, when you hit that turbulence, you need to reconnect to that why because it keeps you going. And that's actually the second component. One of the second things is to remain committed. And what does remaining committed look like? Remaining committed looks like I keep going no matter what. Like how many times have y'all had like a goal you wanted and you just were like, meh, screw it, never mind. Because every time you do that, you're never going to reach your goal. It's like you're setting yourself up for failure. You're setting yourself up to experience the very thing that I want you to learn from. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just hit 10,000 steps and that was really exciting. It gives a little celebration. I also think it tracks arm movements and I'm like really moving my arms. So you also want to remain committed. And so that's the other component. Success is about continuing to go. In fact, I was actually just watching a TED Talk with Elizabeth Gilbert and it was fascinating because she talked about her follow-up to Eat, Pray, Win and how she was actually hoping for that to fail. She wanted to bomb the second book. I don't know if she wanted to, but she felt like it was inevitable because no matter what she did, she was going to disappoint either the fans who felt like Eat, Pray, Love was a raving hit or the people who disliked it. So no matter what she did, she felt like she was stuck and she celebrated that failure, which is a fantastic attitude to have. What if you started celebrating your failures? Not only thinking about like, wow, I get to learn, but also I can, when I fail, like there's a win in that. And I love that concept. And really it is, she kept going. Like the whole point of me sharing Elizabeth Gilbert's story is that it's really about keeping going. It was about coming back to what drove her to like what was her passion, writing, and coming back to like, it doesn't matter what's happening outside of me. Whatever's happening outside of me is cool, but it's what I love. It's what I want to experience. It's what I want to do in life. Hey, Judah, thanks for joining. Is this making sense to y'all? Hearts and likes if this is connecting for you guys. If y'all have any questions, please type them in the chat. I'm more than happy to answer them. It's really important to me that Wellness Wednesday is something beneficial for you. And if there's a specific topic you want to hear about, I am more than happy to go into that. I've really been covering failure and hey, Allison, it's so good to see you. I've really been covering failure this month. If you're on my email list, you know that. I've been giving a lot of tips around that. I'm actually excited because next month I'm going to be covering confidence because I'm going to be hosting a new online show and I'm super stoked to do that. So I really want these things to be beneficial for you. So if you have any questions, you can write it in the comment section. If you're not comfortable putting something in the comment section, if something isn't making sense, but you're not comfortable posting that publicly on Facebook, you are welcome to PM me. I am more than happy to respond to you. I really want each episode of Wellness Wednesday to be something that connects to you, helps you, serves you. And if you also are not comfortable dropping a suggestion in the comments box, you're welcome to PM me that too. Like I said, next month is really going to be about confidence, which I'm super excited to go into. It is seriously so weird to sit and do one of these episodes. I'm going to have to find a place to perch my phone on. One of my friends was making fun of how often I say precariously perch as well. Okay. Hey, Jill. So good to see you. So Marty, makes total sense doing PACE with Shanda and managing my mind, facing fear head on. That's really great, Marty. Yeah. PACE is a super powerful program. Love Shanda. What she talks about is so fantastic and like really helpful because you do need to manage your mind, and managing your mind becomes about redefining things. Carolyn Dweck talks a lot about the growth mindset, and that is something that I fully embrace because we don't show up into things. And I talked a lot about this in last week's Facebook Live. we don't show up to things already successful. Everything is a learning process, is a learning curve. And when we embrace that, we set ourselves up to eventually experience success. But what I was really talking about this week is really that you have to keep going. So when you keep going, when you remain consistent, when you keep doing the things that you need to do, you are setting yourself up to eventually experience success. You will not experience success without a shadow of a doubt if you quit. If you quit, that's it. You're done. And so it's so, so important to continue to go, to continue to move forward, despite the obstacles. And that is why I encouraged actually writing out your why. Like, I would literally write it out. One of the places I like to put notes is actually, sorry, I just gave it away. I put it in my notes section on my phone. I write there's all sorts of things in there for me, including a giant list of books that I will eventually read. I'm currently reading 8. And I keep adding some in. But my point is, you really want to write that why out, because it matters, because it's the thing that keeps you going no matter what. It's the thing that you need to open up. So like earlier, I gave an example of weight loss. So if you really want to lose weight, you've got to be consistent in what you're doing. What are the foods that you're putting into your body? And a lot of us have cravings, but what if you took a walk or drank some water or read your why? Read your why. Hey Dave, thanks for joining. When you read your why, you reconnect to that inspiration, to that feeling of, oh my gosh, yes, this is what I want to accomplish. This means so much to me. This is worth it. Because you're going to hit, this is such an itchy eye. You're going to hit a roadblock. My mom has a dog. And I think that's what's going on. She's super cute. She had a 3 Little Piggies toy, and she ate all but one piggy. There's just one pig left. I wish I could show you guys that. I think it's in the other room, and we don't necessarily need to take a tour. Maybe we'll take a tour of my mom's house. Who knows? Actually, I really should show you all that just because it's so funny. But really, it's what's the why, and then keep going. Like, failure is quitting. I'd love for you guys to get that in your head, because it's a process to get to anything. There will be hurdles. There will be things that you didn't expect. You will hit rough. I know, right, Marty? Like, she literally ate one of the pigs. It was so funny. Well, actually, she ate 2 of the pigs, and there's only one left, and it's like partially ripped off. She's got to be part terrier. She like loves the squeakies and has to get them. Needless to say, Mom got her another toy. It's like a squirrel thing, and she's returning it. Never mind, Gracie. You don't get to have toys like that. Okay, so again, why? Why are you doing what you're doing? Whatever your goal is. And I mean, I'm not sure what some of you guys are working on. I am forever working on things because I just love personal development. I may be a little bit obsessed with it, which is probably why I'm also reading like 8 books at the same time. So like, okay. So it's really important to know your why. Why are you doing that? So for me, with personal development, it makes me a better coach. It makes me have a happier life. I enjoy it more. I feel good about it, you know, so like really looking at those things. And so that's a why that I'm sharing with you, but it's really, why are you after what you're after? And then keep going. I really want you to get it through. If you fail, you may have just quit. So I think that's so, so, so important. Are there any questions? Is there anything I can answer for you guys? I definitely need to go take like an Allegra. Although I think that there's some doTERRA on guard here, which I might also take. I also am slightly obsessed with essential oils. I frequently smell like peppermint, which is funny. Okay, any questions? I am happy to answer this. Again, I'm live every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. And next week, I actually have a guest. And I'm super excited because I'm related to him. My brother is in the middle of writing a book. And so he will be coming on to talk about overcoming failure as well. And then we'll be moving into confidence next month, which stay tuned because there's a lot to cover with building confidence and really living confidently. So I'm so excited. Thank you everyone for joining. I hope everyone, hey Holly, actually it's Akuda. I don't know why it just popped out that way. So good to see you, sister. Love you. So again, connect to your why and then keep going. You will hit hard times. Return to that why every time you hit a hard time, and you will recommit to what it is that you want to create. So much love. I will see everyone next Wednesday. Oops, I just got interrupted by a phone call. I'll see everyone at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Much love. Bye, y'all.